Greetings, AP coordinators. In today's show, we're breaking new ground. Rather than another coordinator conversation, we're directly adding on to last week's episode. In that conversation, you may remember AP coordinator superstars David Cheehee and Karen Mayton each shared a funny story. We laughed about something wacky that they experienced during AP exams. It was a classic moment in our show hearing David battle the stubborn lock on his filing cabinet. In fact, David later shared with me that he still proudly bears the scar on his knuckle as he won the fight and eventually delivered the exams to his students. And Karen shared how a school administrator personally drove a student to her testing site. A student who missed the bus but was still able to take their AP exam on time. As we start to close down 2020, well, I think most would agree, it would be nice to find something or someone to laugh at. Yes, this is where I come in. David and Karen shared their wacky stories. I have one too. My wacky story, well, it won't surprise many that it involves one of the more interesting AP exams to administer, AP Spanish Language and Culture. Now, let me start by saying that my knowledge of Spanish, it's very limited. I can say hello, hola, goodbye, adios, and maybe one other phrase or two. But that's it. I'm not exactly what you would call bilingual. So this is several years ago. I am one of two proctors in a room with about 30 students taking the AP Spanish Language and Culture exam. I managed a large AP program, and most days I had multiple testing locations on campus, all running at the same time. For that reason, I normally did not schedule myself to proctor. I wanted to float between exam rooms and be available whenever and wherever I was needed. But AP Spanish Language, I always made it a point to proctor that exam personally. This particular year, things are going great. It's a great group of students who are very well prepared by their fantastic AP Spanish instructor. Everybody was on time. Everybody is well trained with their digital recorders that we're going to use. I'm feeling good. And so we're ready to start the last section of the exam before the student recordings begin. And I'm the lead proctor, so I rotate the CDs. I push play. I quietly sit down and wait for the magic to happen. Except no magic. The students, they start to look really confused. They want to say something, but of course they don't want to speak aloud. Finally, the bravest of them raises their hand. I go over to find out what is going on. She tells me, in a very quiet voice, that they already heard this CD. It's the same CD from the first section of the exam. I'm so mad. I storm back up to the front of the room to check the CD player. I'm thinking, man, I cannot believe College Board misprinted the CD. They put the wrong label on the CD. Do you know how many students are taking AP Spanish? This is going to be a worldwide disaster. And then I realize I put in the wrong CD. I used the same CD twice. Yeah. No other way to say it. user error. Or in this case, proctor error. Thank you for listening to a special, personally humbling episode of Coordinated. Be sure to join us next week as we re-engage with our normal format. With the winter fully upon us, it's a great time for a virtual visit to South Florida. We'll check in with Santa Lucis Community High School. The AP coordinator there, she has an interesting story to share as she is now the AP coordinator for the second time, and this time at a new school. What's it like to inherit a second AP program? Why, it's double the fun. Get your sunblock out and get ready for a sunshine-filled conversation with Assistant Principal and AP Coordinator Superstar, Kristen Kakase. And AP Coordinators, even when we make the very occasional user error, we are still undoubtedly good as gold.
Maybe I just don't know. I'll say it over and over and over again till I believe it's so. I'm good as gold.